Am I jumping the gun with this? Possibly. Possibly, but I really do think it warrants a discussion given the results in the Premier League this weekend, because right now Liverpool are absolutely flying. And I've said this time and time again, I genuinely expected them to struggle relatively this season because they've got a new manager coming in. It's going to take time to implement his ideas. I had no doubt that Arne Slot would be a success at Liverpool. I had no doubt about that whatsoever. But to be this good this early on is frightening, to be honest. It's not even just the results in the Premier League, to be fair. This midweek just gone, and Liverpool became the only side with a perfect record left in the UEFA Champions League. They are top of the Champions League. No one else has 4 wins from 4, but they do. And to win in such style against a Leverkusen side that hadn't lost an out-and-out away game in a year and a half. And I say that because obviously they did lose in the Europa League final last season, but that was technically at a neutral venue. It wasn't an away day technically on the record sheet. But to win that well against a Xabi Alonso side that has been playing so well in this last year and a half is just unbelievable. And then to brush aside Aston Villa relatively easily, even if Villa got a goal back and equalised, I feel like Liverpool would have just stepped it up and scored straight after. It had that kind of vibe about it, just like, this is the last game before the international break, we're going to see this out, we're going to win, we're going to try and do you on the counter, but we're not really going to push too hard for a second goal there. They did get the second goal, obviously, but, I feel like their form at the moment is something incredible. I mean, Man City lost again this weekend. Arsenal and Chelsea were in third. They drew. Forest lost. The Liverpool have gained on all the sides that are below them in the Premier League. They're now 5 points ahead of Manchester City, and they are 9 points, 3 victories ahead of Chelsea, Arsenal, Forest, and Brighton, all on 19 points. Forest and Brighton doing incredibly well this season, really are. Shout out to Maresca at Chelsea as well. I think he's doing a standout job, to be honest with you. A side that was in relative turmoil at the start of this season, he's done a really good job to galvanise them. But let's just focus on Liverpool, because the thought I had this weekend after they beat Villa, because that victory came in before Chelsea and Arsenal played each other, and I had a feeling that Arsenal would struggle to win that one. And then obviously it was after Man City lost to open up that lead to 5 points. It's early days, of course. It's early days, but I really do feel this is Liverpool's title to lose. I really do feel that way. With the way they're playing right now, it's incredible. The only points they've dropped so far this season in the Premier League have been drawing away to Arsenal, which is absolutely no disgrace whatsoever, and a real freak result against Nottingham Forest. Of course, Forest doing incredibly well this season, but that was just a real blip. Liverpool got found out on that occasion, and I feel like Slot will use that as a learning experience to really get the players firing. And that firing is the key word here, because Liverpool are so good to watch right now. They are so much fun. Even when they've got injuries, even when they've got players out, their front three, whichever front three they put out, whether it's Nunez, Salah, whether it's Diaz, whether it's Gakpo coming in, whoever they put out, they have got such firepower. They have the best attack in the Premier League, bar none. And they really, really do. It is lethal. And, people say that defence wins your titles, and I absolutely agree with that. But you need a good attack as well. And their attack is excellent. Their defence is very good too. The defensive record this season is incredibly impressive. They've only conceded 6 goals all season. The nearest side, in terms of goals conceded, actually, surprisingly, is Newcastle. They've only conceded 11 goals this season so far. But the difference for Newcastle is only scored 13. They only went into positive goal difference by beating Forest so resoundingly at the weekend. Liverpool have scored 21 goals, which is almost the most in the league. Surprisingly, Spurs are the highest scorers this season, but again, their problem is that they're conceding too many goals at key times. Liverpool, the goal difference is the key thing for me here, because they got plus 15, which, again, the nearest actually Spurs, all the way down in 10th place. It's a crazy season in the Premier League this season. Really is entertaining. But we've got a long way to go, and to say that I expect Liverpool to win the title, I think is a bit strong, but I feel like being in this position right now, going into this international break, Man City losing 4 games on the trot, having won 4 titles on the bounce as well before that, even Pep Guardiola saying, maybe it's time for someone else to step up. Arsenal aren't quite there yet. Chelsea, they need a couple seasons for the players to develop, to get better. Forest and Brighton, they get European football. That's a hell of a season for them. To expect them to challenge the title's just too much. And then miles behind Newcastle, Man United, Tottenham, even Villa. Villa are actually sliding a bit. The table is so tight. Let's not get away from that. But Villa are down in 9th place now. That's how quickly things can change around. And that's kind of a warning sign for Liverpool. You know, a few losses, a few draws, you're going to slide down the table. But right now, with the way they're playing, they are looking the very, very heavy favourites for me to win the title. But Liverpool fans, what do you think? Do you think this is your year? Your year to get that, what would it be, 20th title? I think that would time with Man United, wouldn't it? That'd be very sweet. Second title in the Premier League era as well, and to do it for Slot, you know, in his first season in English football, first season managing Liverpool, you know, that for me would put him really amongst the most impactful managers in Premier League history. You know, up there with Mourinho, who won it in his first season. I think Wenger won it in his first season as well, if I'm not mistaken, at Arsenal, 98. So, you know, that will put him up there immediately. But do you think this is your title to lose? Is it already looking like the Reds are going to go marching on to that Premier League title? How many trophies can you guys win? Top of the Champions League right now. FA Cup yet to start for you. League Cup, most successful side in the history of the League Cup as well, still in that. There's a long way to go, but it's looking very, very positive at the moment. But yeah, I want to hear your opinions at the end of the day, Liverpool fans. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, keep it subscribed to thefootballchronicle.com for much more opinion pieces and news pieces as well through this international break. We're bringing you plenty of news when it comes to the England national team as well. And of course, everything in between here from the beautiful game. So yeah, see you soon, guys. Have a good one. Like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll see you very soon.